Attention passionate New York Giants fans. Latest news, something big is happening in the NFC East and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on New York Giants' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true New York Giants fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your friends and New York Giants fans. Let's get to the news. There's a buzz swirling around the NFL, and it's not just noise. It's the kind of news that could redefine the New York Giants' future. Rumors are flying that the Indianapolis Colts might be open to trading one of their most vaunted offensive linemen, Quenton Nelson, and if this trade goes through, it could be a game changer for Big Blue. Now I know what you're thinking, Nelson. The same guy who's been a cornerstone of the Colts' trenches since 2018? Yeah, that's the one. And clearly his name is being thrown into the mix as a potential piece in this ongoing chess match that the NFL offseason has become. Let's back up a bit and understand why this rumor is gaining so much traction and why it makes sense for the Giants. The Colts, despite having a positive cap situation of around $25 million, are in a bit of a rebuild mode. They finished the 2025 season with a 7-10 record and are already looking ahead to 2026, where they're expected to be making some serious roster adjustments. The offensive line, which has historically been a strength for the Colts, allowed 52 sacks last season, a number that's concerning, especially when you're trying to protect a young quarterback like Anthony Richardson. Richardson, as talented as he is, has struggled with turnovers, turning the ball over at a clip of about 2%, which is a red flag for any team trying to build a winning culture. From what insiders like Diana Rossini have been hinting at, the Colts are contemplating a move that could shake up the AFC South. The idea is that trading Nelson, who's under a hefty contract but still playing at a Pro Bowl level, could free up significant cap space, around $28 million, to bolster their secondary and other areas. The Colts aren't just looking to dump salary. They want to focus those funds on young, promising players, especially on the defensive line, which is a priority for their draft strategy. Their offensive line, ranked 17th with a PFF grade of 76.8, isn't quite the dominant unit it used to be, and they're banking on young draft picks to shore up those trenches. Now, this is where things get interesting for the Giants. If Nelson does indeed leave Indianapolis, the Giants could swoop in and make a splash. Imagine bringing in a player of Nelson's caliber to fortify the interior of that offensive line that's been a bit of a concern since injuries started piling up last season. Robinson and Neighbors, the Giants' key interior blockers, suffered injuries that hurt their consistency, and the lack of stability up the middle has often put Daniel Jones under more pressure than he needs. Adding Nelson would not only reduce sacks, projected to decrease from around 50 to roughly 32, but also significantly improve pass protection. Think about it. Nelson's overall PFF grade for 2025 was an astonishing 92.6, with a run-blocking grade of 94.8. He allowed just 1 sack and 17 pressures across 618 snaps. That's elite, and he's not just a run-blocking mauler. His pass protection grades out at an impressive 91.0. This guy is a true tank inside, a bulldozer who dominates interior linemen with a combination of power, technique, and consistency. His career stats include 118 games played with a career PFF average of 91.4, and he's been an All-Pro from 2018 to 2021. Since entering the league, Nelson has been a model of durability, 0 injuries in recent seasons, making him a safe bet to plug into the Giants' line and elevate their overall protection. The impact on the Giants' offense could be profound. With Nelson anchoring the interior, the run game would see a boost. Yardage per game could jump from around 98 yards to over 132 yards, and the yards before contact, YBC, created could increase by about 15 yards per run. That's huge, especially when you consider that Saquon Barkley, who's coming off a productive 2025 campaign with 912 yards at 4.2 yards per carry, would benefit immensely from having a more stable pocket to operate in. Plus, with the improved pass protection, Daniel Jones's EPA per pass could see a boost of around 0.14, creating more consistent and explosive plays on offense. You have to remember, Jones has shown flashes of being a franchise quarterback, but he's lacked the protection at times to fully unleash his potential. Nelson's addition could be the piece that unlocks that next level. From a strategic perspective, the Giants' management is likely eyeing this move as a way to rebuild their trenches into a true fortress. Last season, the Giants' offensive line was inconsistent, and injuries took a toll, especially on Robinson and Neighbors. Bringing in Nelson would be akin to adding a cornerstone, a guy who can transform the entire interior line and make life easier for everyone around him. It's reminiscent of what Joe Thuney did for the Kansas City Chiefs in 2023, raising their protection by around 20%, creating a safer pocket for Patrick Mahomes and significantly boosting their offense's efficiency. That kind of transformation is exactly what the Giants need to turn their offense into a more consistent and dangerous unit. And let's not forget the ripple effect on the overall team dynamics. Better protection means fewer sacks, fewer turnovers, and more sustained drives. The Giants could see their points per game increase from around 18 to an estimated 25, and that's a game changer in the NFC East. It's not just about individual talent, it's about team building and creating a foundation for sustained success. The cap space freed up by trading for Nelson, roughly $23 million, would allow the Giants to extend key players, potentially lock in some of their young talent, and even address some of the gaps at wide receiver that have been lingering since last offseason. Now, considering the Giants' recent history and their ongoing quest to return to prominence, this move could be the spark that ignites their Super Bowl aspirations. Think about it, the Giants are still a team with a lot of upside, especially with Daniel Jones showing flashes of being a top-tier QB, and a solid offensive line could be the missing piece. Plus, the NFC East is wide open. Philadelphia remains a powerhouse, but Dallas and Washington are always in flux. Having a dominant interior presence like Nelson could give the Giants a real edge, especially against division rivals like the Eagles, who are known for their tough defenses and disciplined front seven. In terms of Super Bowl odds, if this trade happens, the Giants' chances would see a significant boost. Right now, they're sitting at around plus 8,000 odds to win it all, but with Nelson in the fold, those could drop to plus 3,500 or better. His elite run-blocking ability, graded at an incredible 94. 8 would be instrumental in opening lanes against some of the best defenses in the league, like the Eagles' front, which allows just 3.7 yards per carry. Nelson's presence could be the difference-maker in close games, helping the Giants control the clock, keep their defense off the field, and build a more balanced, punishing offense that keeps opponents honest. Of course, all of this hinges on whether the Colts are truly willing to part ways with Nelson. They've been cautious about their rebuild, and while they're capping at around $25 million in positive cap space, they're deeply focused on developing Richardson and building a defense that can contend in the future. The Colts are looking to draft and develop young talent on the defensive line, and they're prioritizing those investments to contend in the AFC South. But if a team like the Giants comes with a compelling offer, probably a second-round pick in 2026, along with some additional assets, they might be tempted to pull the trigger. For the Giants, this would be more than just a trade. It would be a statement to the league. It signals that they're serious about building a dominant trench game, about investing in the front line that can carry them deep into the playoffs. Nelson's reputation as a tank in the interior, combined with his proven production and durability, makes him a perfect fit for what New York needs. It's a chance to establish a new era of Giants football, one built on a formidable trenches foundation, a team that can both run and pass with authority, and a defense that's tough to crack. Looking ahead, if this move materializes, it won't just be a quick fix. It's about setting the stage for sustained success, creating a culture of toughness and resilience. Nelson, with his history of zero injuries and consistent high-level play, could be the pillar that the Giants lean on for years to come. And for fans, it's exciting to imagine a future where the offensive line is no longer a weakness but a strength, a true fortress that allows Daniel Jones to operate with confidence and Saquon Barkley to run wild. This potential trade also has the ripple effect of raising the Giants' overall profile in the league. It signals to everyone that the Giants are serious about contending, about making a push for the playoffs and beyond. It's about changing perceptions, about transforming the narrative from a rebuilding team to a legitimate contender. And if they can pair Nelson with their existing core, including Jones and Barkley, the sky's the limit. So as we wait to see how this story unfolds, one thing is clear. The Giants are positioning themselves for a major leap forward. Whether or not the Colts decide to part ways with Nelson, The chatter alone is enough to spark hope and excitement among the fans. It's the kind of move that could turn the tide, that could set the Giants on a path to a brighter future and maybe even another shot at NFL glory. Pause here just for a second. If you want the YOUTUBE algorithm to keep recommending the latest New York Giants news to you, it's super important that you leave a like on this video. Go ahead, it's quick and it makes a big difference. Thank you. Now let us continue with the big reveal. And now, New York Giants fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this potential blockbuster? Do you think Nelson would be the missing piece that pushes the Giants over the edge? Or do you believe the price tag might be too steep? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the Giants as a whole. Remember, this is a fan-driven community, and your voice is what keeps the passion alive. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates. So stay tuned for the latest Giants news, because the offseason is just heating up, and big things are on the horizon.